Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Records of Evil. I mean, we're freaking a little faceless anyway. Everybody's very pink and gray, but that's that's Discord, so don't blame that.
Got some work done, okay?
I like it.
But yeah, welcome.
I don't see it.
Welcome to the Lawful Evil D&D show. So this is taking our evil cultists as they've been adventuring in a modern day world of Faerun, which, you know, you have to know Faerun to know there's a modern equivalent to it that doesn't actually exist that I made up. But anyway, I'm rambling today. Don't worry about me. It's a day. But I hope everybody's having a good day and a safe and healthy day. Why don't we dive right into what was happening last time and how our characters are feeling. What happened last time is they are in the jungles of Chult, with hopes to getting to a city. Do I have it on this piece of paper? Or is it the piece of paper I can't find that notes the name of the city you're heading to? Unless one of you has quick opening. That is...
Oh yeah. Okay, we are heading to, Testil.
Testil, thank you. Because I think I don't have the correct paper open. Because, like, for whatever reasons, when my papers get knocked down, I never resort them.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, I'm good that way.
And I want to remind you that due to a conflict of conscience on my end, I mentioned the idea of releasing the Naga then warning the city. People remember that.
Oh yeah.
Yes. We were gonna send out some animals. Some animal messengers.
You're gonna be nice. You're gonna not doom them to death. Okay. That probably.
Look, my people are genocided. I don't want other people to be genocided. That's probably like my one limitation.
I mean, genocide limits is a good limit to have. Where the hell is that?
I'm just going along with what you guys want.
Oh, that's the correct.
It's just been like three.
Yeah.
It should have been like 3 weeks. I just wanted to remind people.
Oh my god. I did have the right paper, but I started figuring out which is the right paper in my brain. There's Testil. You visited the city of Hisari. You had some adventures there. They weren't as adventurous as you thought they might be. But again, it's like ruins people know of. So you did find some treasure. And there was a trap. But it looked like maybe something lived there. And you stole its treasure.
We met up with Havog.
Everybody's favorite
Jungle Dwarf.
Jungle Dwarf. A dwarf of the wild. So, and when you left off, there was a blockage on the river you were going to take, and Havog said, I know of a alternate route. A smaller tributary that we can take and go around. And so he has led you down the tributary. Your ship backtracked a little bit. It shouldn't take, according to Havog, it shouldn't take you much extra time. But you can't turn around. You shouldn't. Unfortunately, it's like you see smaller river, so this will be more difficult to travel. Your boat will barely be fitting, kind of thing, rather than having some space to possibly turn around. It doesn't take you long to backtrack. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm going straight into it, and I didn't give how characters are feeling, because you know who's there and who's characters feeling. Worm, how's Vercel doing? Vercel, what's going on with Vercel?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, she's started to rethink the whole thing as she thought more about what she's actually doing. And yeah, she is not as on board with it as she originally was. At first she was thinking about the cult. Now she's thinking about not genociding people.
The Naga's probably going on about like, their blood will soak my boats.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Jinxx, how's Mishka doing?
Also, let's be real. The last thing we need is to have another what is it? An avenging warrior coming after us. Let's be real.
Are you sure? You're not at fault.
Sounds like we are.
Neither were the, neither directly were the elves, but I still hate them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I see how it is.
Yes. Brain, we're good now. I said Mishka, right? I did.
Yes.
Mishka. Oh,
She's
man.
fine. She's kind of worried about the river and not being able to turn around, and also this whole Naga situation. She doesn't mind going about it differently, but she's not really sure how well any of it will work.
Mm-hmm.
Even the original plan.
That's understandable. It was a crazy plan. Let's see how crazy goes. And finally, Therzy. How's Therzy doing?
Well, Therzy is pretty much going along with what everyone else wants at this point. She could murder a whole village, she could not. You know, it doesn't really bother her that much.
Take it or leave it in the village murder?
Yeah. Yeah, she may gain something from it, she may not, so, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But she's willing to keep Vassal happy. And has learned that she should never lead the way into unknown territory. She's not chunky enough. She will burn and die.
You'll be fine. You're only mildly non-resistant to fire.
Clearly, Vassal and Therzy should not be leading the way anywhere. They're not very good at their checks.
I at least can take the hits though. I can face check all right.
Yeah, you can absorb massive amounts of damage and be like, I'm okay. Ow.
And then the moment we're in a battle, that becomes...
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I remember I learned the term face check from League of Legends when I played it for a little bit. I'm curious how much that applies to other places.
Oh, I definitely think it applies here.
Okay. Now I'm just like curious if like people know the term or if that is a League exclusive thing.
I've heard of it. I didn't know what it actually could be used as.
In basically there's these little bushes that like people can hide in, and it's called face checking when you basically just walk right into it. Because people usually ambush you from them. So they call it face checking. Because you check with your face.
Yes. Look, the only bushes that I'm recalling is my adventures in Divinity 2. Because then you can hide in a bush and try to steal stuff.
Yeah. It's pretty much the same concept.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so yeah. So the, your ship, reverses course. It's not an easy turn, because even though you can turn in this section of the river, still, I'd call it more of a stream at this point in time. It's certainly not, wide enough to make, like, an easy turnaround. It requires a little bit of maneuvering and time to reverse course. You are able to, though, successfully, and head back downriver towards the location that Havarg has mentioned to you and has pointed out on the map. And indeed, as you head back down the river, you will encounter the tributary, which there are plenty of little tributaries and offshoots on the river. This is just another one that was, you know, passed off as it's not on the map, because the map only has so much. And it's you can tell that, yeah, your ship, it'll fit, but it's a tight squeeze. But fortunately, your captain is at least seemingly skilled, and will get you into the river. So yeah, Pashazam is apparently a very good, skilled giant abomination captain.
He does well, you know.
He does what he can.
Hold on tight. Text-to-speech Chul is my favorite. Anyway.
He's so good.
So, this is a much more slow-going, certainly. Just because of the nature of this river being a much smaller river. You can see how the ship needs to go slower. Just to make sure that you're not hitting into any kind of walls or smacking or shoreline, I should say. The trees are kind of more in the way. You're hitting a few branches here and there as you're going. You're seeing like a much more heavy encounter with nature. This like small group of tree-dwelling little, almost like chicken-sized dinosaurs moves on the roof of part of your ship. Scrog tries to get them off, but they just seemingly are like stuck up there. It's like, get down, you little rodents! Ugh. They will infest things and eat our food. We should murder them.
Pigeons.
They are tasty, though, too.
Are we doing the animal messenger thing? Because we could probably use those.
I think we need to be a bit closer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got one! It's just like, it's like a chicken-sized dinosaur. It's kind of screeching in his hand. He's a big troll. You see him like go over to like the grill, and he just with one move like skewers it and starts grilling it. Ah, it's good time. You see, as he's like waving the skewer with like the the thing. Did he just try to shoot one?
Yes.
It like flies off into the jungle.
Gone.
Shrug.
Alright, now, this
like-
is how you do it, okay?
Yeah, he's like waving like this skewered one at the others, like to try to intimidate them. As it's still like, the thing is like he didn't even like kill it, he just skewered it while it was still like twitching, and he's still like on the skewer and it's still twitching, and it's like, oh god. But you thwunk into one and it falls down, like it slips off, kind of falls to deck with a thump.
And that's how you do it.
As he'll then like
I wasn't
reach down,
I wasn't trying very hard.
pull out the short bow, the arrow from the bow, kind of like just throw it towards you, and then skewer it on the on top of the other one. So now there's two of them on the skewer. It's like a big like metal like pole. The one on the bottom is still like twitching and stuff. The one you killed is not. As he'll.
That one's mine.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's like what is it that you eat? Chicken? Weird. Small birds.
I mean, they look basically the same. Kind of.
I'll just give you this funny look of like basically the same. But you'll continue to push down through the river here. The jungle is much more prevalent at this point in time, and it's something that you didn't actually get as much of a feeling in. You can hear a lot more sounds coming from it, including large things. It definitely looks like Scrog is much more on guard than he was before. Kind of just casual, like just kind of like going around, cooking stuff, making sure the ship is working. Has kind of broken away to kind of watching the jungle here and there. And you see that he's got like some kind of rifle, but it looks like it's. I'd describe it for you guys as like a cannon of some kind, because it's like it's sized for him.
Oh
God.
god.
Yeah, that he's pulled out. He's kind of like slung over his shoulder now, and has it at the ready.
You worried about something in particular? And I'll try and like look to see what I can see.
As he's kind of like looking around, as he's like moving the grill, like the skewer now kind of like over the grill. It's like, we are close to the jungle. The beasts may come for us. You are tasty pickings for large dinosaur, especially tiny ones.
Yeah, I can see it.
The troll speaks the truth. It is dangerous out here. You have to know your ways. You do not respect the jungle and know its hiding spots. It will devour you, even in nowadays in Jolt. It has never changed for thousands of years.
The jungle will devour me?
There's more than just dinosaurs out there. Many more things.
Oh.
That doesn't sound good.
There are things that will tear you limb from limb. Things that will just eat your intestines and leave the rest of you. Others will swallow you whole and have you enjoy their insides for as long as you survive. I've heard stories.
Did anyone ever make it out of the insides, or?
Oh, the stories only come from those who have had the fortune of having friends to be able to kill the beast and cut them out. But then, when you come out, arms and limbs melted off from the digestive fluids of the beast. It's a horrible death. Or life, should there be enough medical supplies or magics to save you. If you are lucky enough to have a shaman nearby. Otherwise, this place you end up with scars. As he's gonna kind of like pull up his sleeve and reveal like there's like a weird scar on his arm that looks like, you know, part of the muscle is kind of missing and stuff. Looks like maybe something took a bite out of his arm. And then he's gonna kind of like point out like other various scars like on his like he's got some on his face that looks like maybe like took something try to bite his head off.
Oh. I've got like this one from falling out a window. I'll point to my elbow.
Just like
just a little tiny
scar. Yeah.
It's like, and then I probably go, oh yes, I have this one, I have this one. Probably. Mine aren't as gnarled because I have, you know, healing magic, but...
Misha's just kind of sitting there with like paper cut scars. And she just decides not to say anything.
It's like, I got this paper cut. It's like you pointed out.
I was studying and
and I got this paper cut, and it's a very painful paper cut. It's an ouchie.
It's a big ouchie.
It bled for like 5 minutes.
I didn't know what I was gonna do.
I only cried for 4 of them.
So, it'll be about another half a day of journeying on this kind of tributary. And then the ship will actually stop, getting close to evening. And there seems to be some kind of discussion going on between the captain and the first mate. Eventually...
Get a little closer.
They're not, like... They've slipped into some other language.
Okay.
Scrog will kind of come down and kind of be like, we have a problem. Bigger problem than before.
How
What, this
much
time?
bigger?
It seems that someone has dammed off this river. Havog is gonna kind of like perk up when he hears this. It was not like this before. The river was open last time I was on this one, but that was some months ago.
Who bit of
Who might have dammed it off?
yeah.
Local tribe, maybe. Well, we can't turn around, so we have to figure something out. Havog is going to be like, maybe I have something that can take care of this. He's gonna go kind of like get down in his one back. He's got like one of those like rucksack kind of things. He opens it up, pulls out this like metal box, opens it up, and starts playing around with these strange sticks that look like big candles. I'm sure that with enough TV, at least some of you recognize that he's got dynamite. He's got a box of dynamite.
Okay.
It doesn't have the same symbol. You don't have to put the symbol on the box that was on the TV. Like a big X, like, you know.
He's gonna take a look around and like throw to you, Vercel, like this roll, and he's gonna go like, we'll blow it open. I was saving this for special occasion. You don't know, sometimes you might need to find a way out. Even if it's from something's gut.
Very well. One moment. I'm going to take, I'm actually going to take some, like, little things out of my backpack and cast Augury.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you need to know if this is a good idea, a bad idea, or...
Pretty much I'm asking if blowing up the dam will have good results, bad results, or neutral results, is basically the response.
This is gonna be neutral results. I will tell you off the top of my head. I don't even... Like, it will be neutral results. The fates tell you there's probably gonna be some good, there's probably gonna be some bad. Okay, it's gonna be... Actually, no, it's gonna be weal and woe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Got it.
So-
Be on guard, though. We'll probably get through, but I suspect something else won't be happy with this.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of shit's gonna hear this.
Yeah, we might, yeah. Might wake up a lot of things.
Oh,
It's getting a lot of
fascinating.
shit off.
Let's get some shots of this.
Get some shots of me using my augury?
No, the dam.
Oh,
and stuff,
the-
and you blowing it
Oh,
up.
okay.
Professor Fiddlebook and his team are fascinated by it. As your Naga kind of hisses at them because they're like getting towards the front of the boat where the thing has just been at the entire time.
Yeah.
Just been chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's not at all angry at anything.
Yeah, so I will help
Okay.
set up the dynamite, put it where he tells me to.
Okay. You'll kind of jump into the river, and it's brown river. It is murky. And your experience with it definitely, like, you're probably from swamps that you recognize, you know, like there could be crocodilians or large fish or other things under the water. So you probably take your caution as necessary to kind of be relatively on guard but keep safe. And
Yeah.
your jungle dwarf's friend seems to take the same kind of route. As you kind of move to the, like, off to the one side of the boat to keep kind of to the side of the river and move over towards the dam. So this dam is actually fairly well made. It seems to be a series of, like, logs, that's for sure, that are kind of, like, filling up the river. But you also see that, there are these, like, carvings at the top of 6 of the logs that almost seem like spaced evenly across the thing that seem like 6 serpent heads.
Can I tell what they might be for?
Maybe a history with disadvantage. we'll say that. We'll say you can try it.
Okay, history, not religion?
This case, you could try religion too. History or religion, your choice. I'll say either way, you would have disadvantage. You really haven't studied Chult at all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah, they might have a religious significance. They could also be a dozen other things, you know. Like, you're thinking, like, these could be some kind of god that they're putting on here. It could be maybe a warning if this tribe's symbol is a serpent. Like, or, you know, it could be that it just is, like, comparable to something like the ward off spirits, maybe.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like there's wards, there's
Warnings,
religious significance,
religious
there's warnings,
significance.
yeah, but I didn't roll well enough to
Territorial
really
marker,
figure
it
out.
could be of some kind, you know, too.
Yeah.
You,
So it's basically I just don't know.
Yeah.
But I have an idea of the things it could be, but I don't know which one.
and the thing is, each one is vastly different.
Oh, of course. Yeah. These are important for some reason. Hopefully it isn't too
Many of the natives...
Also, they...
Oh.
I was about to say out of character. Also, it could even just be decorative.
Could also be decorative. The Havarg will kind of like state to you as he's kind of setting things up. It's like, many of the natives in this area still worship the serpent. You forget that Hisari was once a great city in this area. They remember the Serpent Kings. It's probably just more native mumbo-jumbo. Unfortunately for them, we will not be, or fortunately for us, we will not be here long for them to get angry at them for taking out their dam. Most likely this was used for fishing purposes.
Very well. Yeah, so I'll put the dynamite where he instructs me to, or TNT or whatever it was.
And you'll manage to get back to the boat as you'll blow the thing up.
Yeah. Probably the most explosive thing I've worked with is black powder, you know?
It is going to be a spectacular kind of boom, as there'll be like kind of shards of the kind of wooden dam flying down all over the place. You'll also notice that afterwards there's this kind of plopping noise that sounds kind of different from the wreckage around the area. As
Whoa, out.
The water is now filled with snakes.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh.
How big are the snakes?
Varying in size. And they seem to be a whole lot of different species of snakes, too. Not just one. Some of them are quite small, maybe a foot or two long. Others are quite large. There seems to be this particularly large one that seems to have been disturbed by this entire thing that's maybe like 10 feet long. That'll kind of slink off out of the way.
What the fuck? Did they have a snake dam?
Why?
Could be for food.
Could have been a trap for
so.
intruders. Those that would have
Like
crossed
us?
the dam. Well, fortunately for us, we have a boat.
True. Unless the snakes get on the boat.
As he'll like pull out like a machete
One or two.
and like just thwunk down and like cut off one's head and like pick it up and be like,
It's like,
it just means more for dinner. As its head has like, it kind of opens up and you can see like this set of fangs in there.
I'll stick to my
I guess
red
we'll be
chicken.
okay.
You stick to your dinosaur.
Yeah.
But soon you will travel on again. later on, though, night soon falls, and you kind of settle in to just, unfortunately, unlike before, where you can kind of like just find kind of places at the side of the stream / river to kind of park your boat and kind of keep out of the main flow. You have to kind of anchor just in the river. You know, you can't really like get too far to one side, so you're just kind of like in the center of what's this river with maybe like 10 to 15 feet of like river on either side. Again, it gets a lot shallower, so it's not easy enough. It's not really easy for your boat to turn around, but it definitely like keeps you stuck in this middle. And you have a fairly shallow bottom boat anyway for a river boat. So
Yeah.
the jungle feels again more alive in this area. It is noisy. You hear kind of strange noises of things kind of going on nearby. There's this crashing noise that seems to be going on.
So, it'd probably be a good idea to keep watch this night.
Might be.
I'm hearing something crashing around that I am not okay with getting closer.
As long as you are in the cabin, all of you should be safe. The captain and I could keep watch, unless you wish to help, but then we will not stop you.
I will help. As my prediction earlier stated, something will, while blowing that up was very much a needed help, something is going to happen as a result.
Well, we'll see.
And we should be extra cautious.
All right. The night is noisy. But while you're on shift, Vercel, give me perception, please.
Are there lights?
Your boat probably has lights. Your boat probably doesn't have a lot of lights on, though. They probably keep the lights to a minimum. Though there are a number of like spotlights probably set up that you could activate if you wanted to like look in an area.
Because I'm out of the three of us, I do not have dark vision, so I would have disadvantage at night for perception.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you get the first
So
one before it gets real dark.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what is, do I have disadvantage or not?
I'm gonna say no for this one, because you're probably relying more like on hearing things at this point anyway.
True.
The jungle blocks sight, regardless. Okay.
Perfectly average for me.
You'll
Or it should
actually
be for
notice
me.
like about halfway through your shift, things get a little quieter for a little while. Like a lot of like the noises of like various things screeching and making noises kind of die back for a little bit. And you swear you hear like something maybe crashing through the trees for a little bit, like not like super fast, like just like a slow kind of like crush through the trees. And then it
Okay.
becomes quiet again. And then after a while, the noise starts to resume.
Okay.
And then it seems like the rest of your shift passes without trouble.
Cool.
And the night will pass without relative trouble. In the morning, though, all of you will take note that there is something large and dead about 100 feet behind your ship.
Oh.
There is a large saurian predator that seems to have collapsed into the side of the river. That wasn't there last night.
Is that where it sounded like the noise came from?
You think so?
Does
It is
look
dead,
like a-
and so
Yeah.
far, you don't see signs of something larger eating it. It seems relatively intact, the body.
That's not good, is it, Havar?
Hard to say. It could have been sick and died. I do not normally know Allosaurus to die just by standing around, though. There are other things here, though, too. Diseases. Infestations. Maybe even something poisonous that it could not avoid.
Perhaps, but
If something
things
large
that
had
ki-
eaten it, we would have seen, though.
yes, I worry more about something that could kill it, and that would kill it merely for fun. That is a dangerous creature.
You are accurate about that. There are a few things that I know about that could have taken care of it if we would see its body, but I do not know if we are brave enough to go to it.
It's not our current goal.
Then
At least it's behind us and not in front of us.
True. You make a good point. Then perhaps we will be fine. Perhaps. As he's gonna kind of move off. Are we ready to go? That looks
I see
tasty,
no reason to stick around.
but we probably should not eat it.
Not unless we know what killed it, which we do not.
I was going to say because it's probably all sick, but that makes sense too. Alright, everybody. Stay safe, we're departing. The ship will continue its journey. And actually, I think, though, we're a little early, but I want to take our break because we're at 11, and that's a good point in time to take our first break. So if you need to use a bathroom, drink, or snack, go ahead and get it. And we'll continue on our journeys down this tributary. And hopefully towards the city of Tetstele. As the cat wants food. He's meowing in the hallway nearby. Anyway, so yeah. If you need any of these things, go get it. We'll see you in a little bit.